For more on this and Vice President Harris's record, I'm joined now by California Republican Congressman Darrell Issa, live here in studio. Congressman, welcome.
Well, thanks for having me on, Mike. And candidly, I love the lead-in here, the idea that they're going to attack the vice president for, maybe being strong on the border, and they haven't even named a vice president. But the ones they're considering are ones that will continue that same failed policy that has brought us between 10 and 20 million new residents, none of them invited.
Okay, so a presumptive nominee from California, Secretary Pete Buttigieg talked about her today. I'll get you to react to it.
The idea that somebody hasn't been tested or vetted when they have been Vice President of the United States for nearly 4 years just doesn't make any sense. She is in obviously one of the most visible leadership roles in the country, and she's demonstrated both her effectiveness in that job and a vision for the country that Americans agree with, and that's a real reason I think she's going to win.
Effectiveness? How do you respond, Congressman?
Well, her effectiveness when she was assigned the border, she was assigned the Northern Triangle, she was assigned to deal with an immigration problem that was a problem 3.5 years ago. It's beyond a disaster now, and both she and her party are going to continue the same thing, notwithstanding the president's awakening of some executive order that we're sure won't make any difference.
Let's take a look at some Fox Battleground polling suggesting a tight race. Michigan tied at 49%. In Minnesota, Harris up 6 points. Pennsylvania tied at 49%. Wisconsin, Trump with a slight lead within the margin of error. Any surprises there?
No, not really. And I expect it to get even tighter with a convention that is a coronation for the vice president. That's normal politics leading into Labor Day. I think the important thing is that you're looking at states that are victims of border security problems. And they're states that often would have said, oh, it's not our problem. It is their problem now. The crime, the homelessness, the challenges with energy, the fear around the world, but most importantly, the fact that people are coming over our border regularly that everyone around the country knows are scary and dangerous.
We've been talking on the show about potential running mates for her. It sounds like the governor of Pennsylvania may be an option, senator from Arizona. We'll see. Any of these people worry you?
No, actually, my preference, of course, would be a border state senator like Harris once was, who's for open borders, so that we can have the real debate on the problems in America, how they're created and how we fix them. Not one of those people, would I say, has real ability or talent to deal with the global problems that have been created under this administration. And if there was one that was going to scare me, it'd be a sec-def, sec-state type vice president. I don't see him on the list.
Okay, this gives us an opportunity now that she has emerged to look at her record, her positions on a lot of issues. 35% capital gains tax, financial transaction tax, increase the estate tax. She was co-sponsor of the Green New Deal, called for a ban on oil and gas fracking, and prosecuted oil companies citing climate. How do those positions on issues play in November, Congressman?
They play the same as the president's attempt to pack the court. You know, the now soon-to-be former president is going to go to the LBJ facility to talk about expanding the court. He should go to FDR's, wonderful place, because that's who tried to pack the court the last time and failed. We are a country that is pretty happy with a system where there are struggles in it. Her attempt to overturn the things that have made America prosperous and great, and the president's attempt, they really go hand in hand, because whether it's a Biden-Harris or a Harris-Biden, so to speak, this is an administration that's gone the wrong way, and she's attempting to double down on it. You know, when she was in the Senate, she was almost invisible, but to the extent that she was visible, she was extreme and left-wing, something that Joe Biden ran away from when he ran for president. She's got to embrace it because that's who she is.
Congressman Darrell Issa, great to have you here in studio. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mike.